Hi there, Sheila here from Design Files. In today's video, we're going to discuss your client portal so you can get a really good sense of the overall experience that your client is going to have anytime they're working on a project with you through the Design File system. So let's go ahead. We're going to use this project right here as an example. And one of the key things that you definitely want to make sure you do before you invite the client in, you want to make sure that you go into your account settings up here and brand your entire Design Files account to your business. So take the time to add in your company logo, to add in your company colors and all of your contact information. And that way, every page, every email, and every document you send out to your client will be fully branded to you. Now, once you've done that, there are a number of ways that you can invite the client in. So you could choose to invite them to fill out a design questionnaire or review any quotes or invoices. You could choose to invite them to review design boards and leave feedback. And you can also choose to invite them in to review any contracts and sign those contracts or view any attachments that you have added to the project. It doesn't really matter which order you do it in. You don't have to start with questionnaires. You can jump straight into quotes or design boards. It's completely up to you and how you like to interact with your client. But no matter what option you choose, the whole process is the same. The system's going to trigger an email notification to be sent to your client. That email will be branded to your business and it'll have a link in it that allows the client to click that link to access the content. So what we'll do here is we're going to use this design board right here as an example. So let's say that I've created this design and I'm ready to send it out to my client. Now, because we're talking about design boards, there's one initial step that we're going to go over first. So I'm going to scroll down to the product list here because what I want to do is I want to make sure that only the product information that I want my client to see is visible to the client. So as an example, if this was an e-design job, then and you're just going to let the client go ahead and shop the product themselves, then go ahead and leave the product list as is. They've got all the information they need, and when the client logs in to review the actual design, they can scroll down to the product list, they can click on any of the shop links to be redirected to the retailer site and purchase the item, or they can click on any of the chat icons underneath the products to leave feedback for you. Now, on the flip side, let's say this is more of a full service offering, and this is going to be a case where you're going to use your trade account, you're going to include a markup on the products, and you want to be in charge of ordering the product on behalf of the client. If that's the case, you're going to want to use this option right here that says manage what client sees. And here you can hide product specific details from your client. So you'll probably want to hide those product names so the client can't take that name and Google it and try to source it themselves. And you'll probably also want to replace those shop links with approve and reject buttons. You're going to see those details start to fade out here, and you can hide any other details that you want to hide. But if you want to see exactly what this looks like before you invite the client in, you can also preview the project as a client, and that way we can see exactly what this product list is going to look like. So all product names are now gone, and now we just have approve and reject buttons and also chat icons for each of the products. So now that I have my selections in place here, I'm going to exit out of the preview mode. I'm going to go to the top of the page and I'm going to submit the designs to the client. And the first thing I'll do is I'm going to select my client's name from this list. If my client's name isn't in this list, I can just go ahead and add a new client, and then I can add them to the field here. And then I'm going to turn the toggles on for any design boards I want my client to have access to, and keep the toggles turned off for any design boards I'm not yet ready to share. I can then add a personal message if I like, and I'm going to submit the designs to the client. Now, once that's done, and here you can see that you've got your success message saying that it has been submitted. So what the system has done here is it's triggered that email notification to be sent to your client. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to log out of my designer account and I'm going to come back in as a client so you can see exactly what your client will see. Okay, so here we are. I'm in my client inbox. This is the email that was just sent to me by my designer. You can see that it's branded to the business with the logo and the company colors. And we've got a simple message here that says designs are ready to review. I also have an image of one of the design boards that I'm going to be reviewing, and I can click the view design button here or down here to access the designs. So I'm going to click on that. Now, if this is the first time that your client is coming to the design file system, they'll be brought to your branded registration page. So they're going to see your logo and your company colors, and there's going to be a message here that says, to access your project, please create your account. So there'll be an additional field here where they're going to add in their name and their password, and then they'll be able to create their account and log in and view the project. Because this is not the first time that I'm coming to the project, I'm just being brought to my login page. So because I already have my account, I'm just going to go ahead and add in my email address. And my password. And I'm going to access the project. Now, the nice thing about this is that the system's just going to bring your client straight into whatever content it was that you wanted them to see. They don't get dropped off on an overview page. They go straight to that page in question. So there's nowhere for them to get lost. They're going to see the large design board. You can see they don't have access to any of the controls you have access to, so they can't edit designs or add new designs. They can just view the designs that you've shared. We've got an arrow here so they can flip through to any of the other design boards that you shared with them. And if they scroll down to the product list, they're going to see your design rationale if you chose to include one, and they'll see the full product list. And they can start making their way through and approving items for order, or they could reject items, or even just leave feedback on specific items as well. And any comments that they add and post here, an email notification is automatically sent back to you. So you're always notified anytime your client has made selections. Now, once I've done this and I've gone through and I've made all my selections, the next thing I can do as a client is I could come up here and I could just log out of my account, and I can then wait for my designer to follow up and provide more information. Or if this isn't the first time that I've been invited into the actual project, let's say that my designer has also sent me quotes and invoices and attachments to review. I'll see all of those options at the top of the project here. So these only show if you have in fact submitted quotes, invoices, or attachments. So as a client, I can go into any of these sections. I can review all of the quotes that have been sent to me. I can see which ones I've approved and which ones have just been submitted. And if I want to go in and view that quote, then I can start viewing it and I can make my selections. I can uncheck certain items from the quote and go ahead and approve the remaining items. I also have the ability to go in and check out any invoices. So here I'll see any invoices that have been sent to me. I can see if they have been paid, if they're past due or partially paid. And I can also go in and I can view that invoice, or I can download it as a PDF. If I needed to make a payment, let's just go into one that's past due here. We'll view this invoice and I can pay for this invoice. Now, attachments, if there are any attachments that have been shared with me, I can also just click into any of these attachments and view them. And other than that, it's just my design questionnaire. So if I needed to, I could also pop into my questionnaire and I could update it and provide any additional details that maybe I didn't provide in the initial round. So that's always available to me, and I would just click the update questionnaire button down here to resubmit it to my designer. Other than that, I've got my main projects page up here. This is going to list all the projects I have on the go with my designer. Each one is saved as its own separate digital folder, and it helps me keep everything nice and organized. So I can click into any of these to access the design boards or any documentation for this project. You can also see that there's one in progress here. So this is a case where I have actually filled out a design questionnaire and requested a new project to work on with my designer, but they don't have any design boards or documents for me to review yet. So it's just in progress. And other than that, the only other thing I can really do here is I could choose to start a new design consultation. So if things have been going really well with this designer and I've done a couple of rooms in my house and I'm ready to do a new room, I can just click the button right here to start a new consultation. It'll take me straight to the questionnaire where I can fill that out and submit it to my designer. And there you have it. So that is your client's portal. It's very simple and easy to use. It's visual, it's fun. They can pop into any of the projects and they'll be able to access all of the design boards and all the documentation. And it helps keep both you and your client organized and move these projects forward faster. So definitely log into your DesignFiles account. If you want, you can create a fake client account using one of your personal email addresses, and that way you can invite yourself in to see the exact flow that your client is going to go through anytime you submit content to them. If you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out. We're always happy to help.